Some of the best things in life are free. Things like a beautiful sunset or a quick Google search. But what if it wasn't? What if your internet provider suddenly started charging you for every Google search you did? Or did this? As in, slow down the speeds of a particular app or service. Scary, right? Well, this is what happens when you let greedy corporations do whatever they want just to maximize their profits. This is what happens when you don't follow net neutrality. Hey guys, Sundar here from C4E Tech, and today I'll be telling you guys all about net neutrality and why we need to work so hard to protect the free internet. If this video helped you to stay informed, then please consider sharing it with everyone. And while you're down there, drop us a like and subscribe as well. Your support means the world to us. Alright, first things first. Yes, it's the US that scrapped net neutrality, not India, not any other nation. So, why should you watch this? Well, yes, it is true, but net neutrality breaking down there might cause other countries to follow suit. So stay tuned, let's talk. Before we start, let's just refresh our minds with a quick history lesson. The idea of a connected world has been there since the very dawn of communication, but the 1970s and 80s saw the first dawn of near-instant and global communication. It was the beginning of the internet. And it was free for content creators as well as consumers to use it the way they want. This was the open internet. Yes, it was. With the new rules passed by the FCC last week, the death sentence has already been delivered to net neutrality in the US. What does this mean? To put it very simply, Ajit Pai, the chairman of the FCC, voted out of the strong net neutrality laws that the US once had. While not immediate, the far-reaching consequences of this move will be disastrous. You will eventually face the heat. ISPs can now not only regulate what their viewers watch, they can also promote their own services while thwarting others that aren't partnered to them. For example, if Jio decides to mess with us, they'd promote their Jio TV, while charges more for other streaming services like Hotstar. Of course, Jio is in India and India has strict net neutrality laws. I was just giving an example. While Ajit Pai might try to convince people that repealing government rules on net neutrality is in the consumer's best interest, absolutely no one believes that, not even someone with the intelligence of an absent-minded woodlouse. This is an attempt to let ISPs and cable providers like AT&T, Verizon and Comcast control the content people consume and extorting money from services like Netflix that are bandwidth dependent. I know it sounds like I'm being paranoid, but let me give you an example of what could happen and then you two will agree that it's beyond scary. Basically, Netflix and Hulu and even YouTube are video streaming sites, right? And because of them, many people in the US have stopped using cable TV. These people are basically called cord cutters. They consume all their entertainment from streaming sites and not from cable TV. They are some of the main culprits when it comes to bandwidth consumption, during peak hours especially. ISPs for years have resented this because in the US, most cable companies are also internet providers, so not only do they lose out on money, their networks are also burdened. Under the new rules, they can now charge extra from someone who wants to watch Netflix. Or if someone wants to stream something in 4K, they'd be charged extra. Not only that, they can also partner up with streaming services and then throttle other competing services so that the consumers are either forced to change services or receive subpar video quality in the service they are subscribed to at the moment. This is complete crap because no ISP ever should get to decide where and how you use your data. But this is exactly what the future has in store for the US of A. The US are done for all thanks to Ajit Pai and his corrupted colleagues in the FCC. But what about India? Well, like I said, there are strict laws in India. Net neutrality is not in danger, as of today at least. Some ISPs and giant companies like Facebook tried to encroach upon net neutrality, but thankfully nothing worked out for them. Our biggest win as a nation was when, after public outcry, the FCC shut down Facebook's Free Basics project in India. Why was this so important? Basically, Facebook wanted to offer free internet services, but only to specific sites curated by them, and this is a huge violation of net neutrality. As an Indian, I'm proud of the way TRAI just threw the proposal out of the window. Since then, there have been several new proposals and guidelines being put in place to protect net neutrality. If I were to explain in simpler terms, net neutrality lets us have complete control of our data, and it doesn't allow ISPs to discriminate between what that data is being used for. If you're wondering why it would be disastrous to have ISPs snoop at what you're consuming and then bill you for it, then consider this. Suppose the electricity board started charging you a different rate per unit if you run an AC or a fridge, or they lower the current to the extent where ACs don't work at all. You realize how ridiculous it is? The government provides electricity, we pay for it, and we get to choose what we do with it. Except for, electrocuting someone to death. Anyway, this is exactly why we have stringent laws on net neutrality. But that hasn't stopped ISPs like Airtel from trying to sneak past the rules with plans like Airtel Zero, which literally raised my hatred levels for Airtel from 100% to 800%. If you're curious to know more about Airtel Zero, I'll leave a link to it, but rest assured that TRAI has taken care of it and net neutrality in India is in safe hands for now. Now that you guys are familiar with net neutrality and what it means, do you think that we should have more strict laws about it? Or do you think the FCC took the right choice and people shouldn't have control over what they want to consume on the internet? As a cord cutter, this decision disturbs me greatly and I cannot put into words the intense loathing me and millions around the globe feel for Ajit Pai, the perpetrator, who willingly put the future of the open internet into jeopardy. If you too are enraged and want everybody to know about the situation, please consider sharing this video as it helps spread the awareness. I'll also leave a few links to more detailed articles about the US situation as well as net neutrality in general in the description box below, so feel free to check them out. If you don't like the open internet, well, go ahead, dislike this video. But if you like that the internet is free and open, then please hit that like button. Click on subscribe and click on that bell icon as well to get notified every time a new video goes live here on C4eTech. And with that, we come to a wrap on this video. You guys have a great day. This here is Sundar, lagging out for now.